It's Mainly Folk with Bev Harris on Brooklands Radio.
And we got with us today Charlotte Walker from the Blue Fire Theatre Company, who are putting on a production at Sidmouth this year. It's a play I tried to see, I actually bought tickets for, believe it or not, a year ago and missed it. So I really couldn't get there. So I'm really pleased it's on personally. And it's called Chopped Liver and Unions. Hi, Lottie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. So it's really exciting, this, because I think Sidmouth is a brilliant venue for this. So can you tell us a little bit about it? Because everybody's heard of Arnold Wesker, I suspect. Chicken Soup and Barley, the playwright, was famous plays of his. But this is about his aunt.
It is. It's about Auntie Sarah. And I think Auntie Sarah was a bit of an inspiration for Arnold. She certainly features in Chicken Soup with Barley in various guises. There are bits of her. But she was a trade unionist, and she led the Singing Strikers of 1928. So when I found out that that was what they were called, I couldn't resist it. I thought that's a show, so it's got to be done. There we are. But she also sat on the committee for the Communist Party of Great Britain. She led rent strikes when she wasn't striking in garment factories anymore, and she fought at the Battle of Cable Street. So she was quite a gal.
She was, and this play has actually got fantastic reviews. It's been on for a year or two now, hasn't it? And there's been 5-star reviews. And I think the Manor Pavilion, I don't know if you know, the theatre there, it's a lovely old theatre, and it would be probably the ideal place to show it.
Oh, excellent. So somewhere that she might have been herself, hopefully. So when it was showing Saturday morning pictures and silent movies.
Yeah, but yeah, and obviously with the general... Of course, as you know, at Sidmouth, there's about over 500 events. It includes, workshop, music, dance, and of course, storytelling, and of course, play like yours would be, just a ticket for it.
Well, I hope so. I'm just thinking 500 events, that's competition, isn't it?
Not really.
We've got to make sure we're on top of our game.
But as I would think it would be complimentary, because the general atmosphere of Sidmouth is really, open to all ideas, I think. And I think this lady particularly, she obviously needs more publicity, because what she did was quite phenomenal. Because everybody's probably heard of the Match Girl strike, but maybe less so about the garment workers.
Absolutely, and we do feature the Match Girl strike in the show, and the suffragettes, and we even give a nod to the Made in Dagenham girls, because they all made such a big difference. But Sarah just seems to have been written out of history. And if you look at that period of history when there was a big tailors' strike going on and the rise of the trade union movement, people like Mick Mindle, he's remembered, he was her boyfriend. There are lots of recordings of him online, recordings of Harry Pollitt and all these other people who were around. But even though it was said that although she was only 4'11", when she spoke, it was like 6 men were speaking. So you can imagine what her skills were like.
Yes.
Nothing remains of what she said. And I think that's really sad. So we've put some words into her mouth. I hope they're the right ones.
And of course, garment workers, even today, across the world, it is pretty notorious for bad treatment and lousy wages and long hours.
Well, it's where the term sweatshop came from, isn't it? From the garment factories. There was a wonderful exhibition actually in the Museum of London last year about the Jewish fashion in London, and they did quite a lot about that. And they actually set up, which was really nice, like 1920s tailors room, and they had recordings of some of the union officials and the people who worked there, including Mick Mindle. He got 2 mentions, which was nice. So that was really interesting.
So tell us a bit more about the play and what would people expect from it?
Well, it's a one-woman show with a live pianist, but the pianist likes to hide behind a curtain, so who knows if anyone will see James. but I'll be there. And when I first found out about Sarah and the strikes, I was told that the girls, all like the Match Girls did before them, they used popular tunes and hymn tunes of the time and put their own words to them. And the girls in Sarah's unions and the Rego Girl Strikers, they had their own songbook printed, which is wonderful. And there are copies of it still knocking around. And a very nice, helpful academic called Dan Weinbren from the Open University has a copy. He's written extensively on Sarah, and he lent me a copy of it. And we thought, well, these are the songs we'll do. We'll put all the original songs in, which will be great.
Right.
And that was never going to work because most of those popular tunes of the day, you can't find them anymore. No one knows what they are. So we then found a book called Stand Together, which is full of wonderful protest songs. So we've got some of the original Match Girl songs. We've got some snatches of the stuff that they sang on the picket lines in Sarah's time. And we've readjusted some of these others that go right back through the centuries. So there's bits of music. There's an opportunity to join in. There's a bit of community singing.
Oh, right. Well, that will happen. I can pretty much
good. All together now.
I think you don't need to worry much about it.
I hope so. Lots of musicians down there, so that will be good. And basically, the play is the story of Sarah is telling her life story. She's sitting down with a cup of tea and having a chat to her friends, I think, and she's trying to sort out this union meeting. And she just starts talking about herself. Which is very interesting because, she was involved in all this stuff, the Battle of Cable Street, the Blitz.
Yeah, talk about the Blitz, because I think the building she lived in got actually bombed, didn't it?
I'm not sure that it did. It was definitely demolished.
Yeah.
So the Rothschild buildings where she lived. Yes, that's right. And all that remains of it now is one arch, which was the main entrance arch to go in.
Okay.
And it was demolished, I think, in the 70s or early 80s. And so, they had thousands and thousands of people living in there. And I think they were then known as slum dwellings, weren't they?
Yes. I think I know it through my family. I think it's a family connection. One of my family. So, yeah.
But they've replaced them with another housing estate that, to my mind, is a lot less attractive than the original buildings because they could have done something with them. But there you are.
So, Lottie, tell me, in terms of the Blue Fire Theatre Company, can you tell us a little bit about that and how you got involved with this in the play? I mean, the play is written by a lady called J.J. LePink, and I don't know a lot about her.
No, so we are very fortunate in that JJ writes for me. She does quite a lot for us. So we've set up Blue Fire in 2017. I think I set it up. So I'm the artistic director. And we've got a selection of one-person plays that we produce. And JJ wrote one for me originally about Nellie Power, an old music hall star that, again, no one's ever heard of. But her famous song, The Boy in the Gallery, was nicked by Mari Lloyd. So there you go. There's a whole story there. And then I asked her if she would she'd look at Sarah for me, and we've really got interested in Sarah. So that's, it's great. That I love the piece. It took a long time to develop. It was about 2 years in development, which for an hour-long piece is a bit crazy. But it's taken us from Edinburgh to New York, now to Sidmouth, around the country, which is interesting. And I'm doing lots of other things as well as a result of it. So I've been working with the Match Girls Memorial people, going out on some of their education projects. So if they need someone to go and sing some protest songs, I go and do that, wear my Victorian frock and sing protest songs. And that's all come out of the show, which is really nice. And we've met lots of really interesting people. And it's just, it's a wonderful subject. I'm a native East Ender myself. And my dad was a docker and a trade unionist. So, I'm very used to the whole families being on strike thing. And when I was tiny, I used to think that was good fun because it meant Daddy could take me fishing and play. And I didn't realise that the poor soul couldn't actually put food on the table.
Yeah.
And those were the days when you had to literally fight for your place at work, So all of this is kind of in my blood, really. And in the Battle of Cable Street, no one told us about the Match Girls, because that was women going on strike when I was growing up. But everybody told us about the Battle of Cable Street. That's in our DNA.
Sarah Wesker was involved in, wasn't she?
She was, yes, yeah. She was there fighting at the front line.
Who initially had the idea of the play, approaching J.J. Leping? Was it you?
Well, I thought of the play, but it came about because I was doing something actually for the Match Girls. They now have an official blue plaque on the side of the old Bryant and May building. And I was booked to go and sing the protest songs outside at the unveiling of the plaque, which was great fun. And a lady called Louise Raw was there, Dr. Louise Raw, who wrote the Match Girls book called Striking a Light. And I was chatting to her and said, do you want to come on my podcast? And she said, I've got loads of people I could talk to you about on your podcast, loads of forgotten women no one knows about. Someone I really want to get in the public eye again is Sarah Wesker. And because I'm a thespian, I'm immediately thinking, oh, is that anything to do with Arnold? Is it all theatrical? How exciting. And then she said, well, it's Arnold Wesker's auntie. And she led the Singing Strikers in Bethnal Green. And I thought, oh, I've got to do it. So that's when I spoke to Jay, said, look, what do you think? And it's right up our street. We love it all, a bit of suffragette action and all that stuff. And the music is great. You know, it's all tunes that people know. And, you know, the Solidarity Forever tune that's used in everything. We use it about 5 times with different words.
Well, we'll finish off with that. That's right with you. It's been lovely speaking to you. And let's
Pleasure.
Give a quick plug for the podcast.
Oh, the podcast is called Famous People You've Never Heard Of, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. So we have lots of interesting people on from all walks of life talking about lots of interesting people. And Sidmouth is the 8th of August, 3:00 in the afternoon at the Manor Pavilion.
That is it. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Lovely. And look forward to seeing you and the play finally get to see it there.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Bev.